years of the tutelage of Marianne Stanley in Russia, so she was prepared to step into that role.
Dupree with the turnaround doesn't get it. Miesemann will pull down the rebound. The 27-year-old out of Belgium in her 7th season. The MVP of the finals. First time that somebody coming off the bench got the MVP. Here's Leilani Mitchell out front. One of the priorities for Washington was getting Mitchell.
And Mike Thibault said he wanted Mitchell whether Christy Tolliver decided to stay or not. He was going to have. Leilani Mitchell is just, she's that dual threat. She's so good in the pick and roll, and then she also is a threat from the three-point line.
Well, they try to go inside, not able to do it. Here is Mitchell, the 35-year-old. She's had a heck of a career after being cut, got back into the league. Pull-up jumper.
Marianne Stanley's perfect because she's a teacher. And a lot of the Indiana players have already talked about how she gives them confidence. She finds what they do well and really continues to build on that. And that helps the players build confidence in themselves.
The three goes down, and a little pressure quickly put on by Washington. You gotta like that, what Mike Thibault does. After the make, goes after him. Here's Kelsey Mitchell on the drive.
Well, they didn't have any officials. In a normal training camp, you would bring officials in to kind of clean up some of those unforced turnovers, like in traveling. They didn't have that luxury once they got down to Bradenton. So that's when I would watch him practices, dragging that foot. I thought early on, Emma Missman got inside of the paint.
Well, another three-pointer for Washington, something they did very well last season. Baseline pull-up, catch her players doing something right.
And that is such a great way to look at coaching. So often coaches get caught up in having to make the correction. But she looks at what they do right, and she said that a lot of times when they do mess up, she'll just stop them and say, what should you have done there? And she said...
Tiffany Mitchell can knock it down. Coming in with the best shape of her life for Indiana.
She just worked so hard. I remember watching her when she was in college at South Carolina.
Can't go on the carpet. You see the plexiglass, just part of the many precautions the WNBA has taken. Tip goes to Indiana. Wide open three on the way. Nothing but the 5:19 to play in the opening quarter. Mitchell will direct traffic from the outside. Bowers dumps it down inside. Miesemann, tough shot, makes it look.
I love the step back fadeaway. It's a beautiful shot. That's a very similar shot. Elena Deladon has that move as well.
Candace Dupree was calling for the ball, didn't get it instead. Closing in on 4 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Dribble penetration on the drive. Won't go down for Doyle.
What Marianne does is focus on the footwork, the details. And as a post player, listen, if you can get your feet to go in the right places at the right time, you can gain a great advantage.
Both teams shooting very well here in the opening quarter. Both teams are 7 of 10 from the floor. No place to go. Shot clock at 2. They've got to let it fly. And Kelsey Mitchell.
Really impressed with Indiana's ball movement. That's something Marianne Stanley has brought from Washington. Posters are right.
I'm telling you, it's going to be an exciting time because we watched New York today. They're one of the youngest teams. Dallas by age is younger. But New York
for the Fever.
Well, she averaged 10 points and had 44 blocks on the season. 2 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Washington with a 6-point advantage. Trying to go inside. McCowan. And that ups the lead to 9. And they're going to add to it. The lead goes to... This time Hines Allen can't get it to go. McCowan with the loose ball, hands it off. Deep in the corner.
She's really stepped her game up even another level.
Tiffany Mitchell's hit both of her shots. She's got 4 points in the ball game. Scoop and the score. In 2018, averaged over 13.5 last year. Gets the second. Lead is at 9.
Need to just call her bucket. She is instant offense.
But right.
And this is one of the areas.
Pull up.
One of the areas where Indiana struggled last year. End of shot clock, late clock. Who was going to get Candace Dupree to play cleanup? It works out.
Candace Dupree, who never ages. Final 5 seconds. You want to get a good look at it. Shot on the way. Nothing but the bottom.
Well, now Victoria Vivians is in the game as well. It's another 3-point shooter, but she got that one blocked.
On the drive, count it. Wide open look, in and out. Washington will get it again. Powers inside, count it. Great court vision. Long 3. Vivians can't get it. Here comes Washington again. So Maisha Hines Allen, she has been all over the court today on the inside. Count. Hello, with Carolyn Peck. I'm Ron Thula. Welcome back to Bradenton, Florida, on the campus of IMG Academy. Right now, Washington leading 42-27, and they come back
In this new role.
big time. And Mike was telling us earlier this week that she came in ready to establish herself with 2 years ago.
Wow, good finish.
Bonnie Mitchell's checked back into the ball game for Washington. Biggest lead of the contest so far. Beatsman inside off the contest so far. Beatsman inside off the glass.
You know, Ron, the difference between these two teams offensively, Washington is used to the system of Mike Tebow.
Dallas in Atlanta, 2 young teams. From deep in the corner, Kelsey Mitchell can't get it. Meestman quickly get it out. That's one thing Washington did last year. They led the WNBA in assists. Set a record in the meantime. Hines Allen inside, bangs it inside.
Came off the bench last season, and Maisha Hines Allen didn't play that much.
Backdoor play doesn't work. Hines Allen comes down with a rebound, and Mitchell directs traffic. Nice step through, scoops it up. Final 2.5. So far, what have you seen for Washington? Are they back like last year, even without the MVP and Elena Deladine?
Well, they look pretty good, Ron, but understand they're playing against a fairly young team.
Toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Welcome back along with Coach Carolyn Peck. I'm Ron Thulin. Washington shooting at sizzling 72% here in the opening half. One of the reasons they have this big advantage. Final 2 minutes. Mitchell spotting up for the 3 inside, count it, in this game with 11 points.
When you need to score and you're Indiana, you've got to go to Candace Dupree. It's her effort, her energy, those trash buckets.
How about Lilani Mitchell picking the pocket? 1 to beat, finds the open player, Powers for 3. Powers now at double digits. He hasn't missed a shot today. 4 of 4 shooting. Indiana cannot answer. Rebound of the putback.
Well, you know, usually about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to get a daily shower. So you just expect it, plan to get to wherever you're going before then, stay wherever you are, because it doesn't last long. That's the one thing I guarantee you with Florida in the weather, it's going to change.
Just wait a few minutes. Here's Mitchell. Meesman, baseline jumper. Heavily in the ball game. Final 10 seconds, and Kelsey Mitchell will hold it. Final 2 seconds running. Left-handed jumper will love her 3-point shooting. Meesman with the handoff. Rebound to Chunwa.
See, an area that I think Indiana can tighten up in is screened by Tiffany Mitchell. If you make a more concentrated effort of getting that post open on the back screen, make the defense drop down on you, that'll create some open shots.
And Tiffany Mitchell's one of those players that Marianne Stanley says is going to have a breakout year. Can't get the pull-up jumper to go down. One of the things now, when you see games like this, these are teaching moments. Coach, you probably have been in these situations. You don't look at the score. You look at who wants to play. Eastman rolls it over in front of the rim.
You know, it's hard in this situation, like we talked about. This is a condensed season. And you know that legs are going to get weary as the season wears on. So you got to try to steal these early season wins to pack away to give yourself a little bit of a cushion.
And both coaches were talking about keeping an eye on minutes of certain players. So Chunma with 3 to shoot. Got to get rid of it. Lets it fly. Kelsey Mitchell knocks.
The whole new appreciation for what they did.
Good ball movement. Dupree lets it go. Can't get it to go.
But that kind of ball movement is improvement for Indiana. When they continue to do that, then the shots are going to fall.
That's one thing Washington does so well. We talked about what they do with assists by Isha. Tiffany Mitchell can't get it. Powers the rebound. Quick outlet. Allen. Nice pass. That is
in transition that she had Emma Misseman running with her. She's just played a great all-around game.
And she's let the game come to her. It's just not like she's forcing herself on the game. Pull-up jumper.
That's a great point about Maisha Hines-Allen. A lot of the players that get that starting role try to come in early and try to force too much. You're right, Ron. She has let the game come to her.
She'd be there an hour and a half before shoot-around and an hour after shoot-around. Ariel Atkins worked herself into an outstanding player.
Even struggling through a few injuries.
Oh, yeah. Can't believe either.
When you've got that secret weapon right there in Maisha Hines-Allen, but let me tell you, she's no secret anymore.
Not a bit. Led Louisville to the Final Four when she was in college. Alamont from way out. And actually, I've gotten a text from Aaron Phillips, former Dallas Wings, watching this game in Australia. How about that, Coach?
Well, they said we had the world feed, so people all over the world can watch these games.
She likes the Belgian point guard. Emma Miesman, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and she's played a lot of the time with 3 personal fouls. Alamont looks to push. Oh, nice dish inside. I've talked to 3-4 hours.
I'd love talking hoops with Coach Tebow. You know, he has a philosophy on things, and I talked to him about how he helped develop Tierra Ruffin-Pratt. Remember when he brought her in the league, cut by Elena Coates? But I said, you know, when you see that kind of success, and he said that's only part of it. He said the other part of coaching is when you have to go through the tough times and you have to figure it out, then play.
Coates. Leslie was running the floor well. Coates kicks it back out. Carson with the 2.
That was another new addition for Washington, and to get Essence Carson, a mature veteran. And Mike Tebow told us that even after their first scrimmage, without him saying a word, without Coach Tebow saying a word, Essence Carson had gathered some of her teammates together, and they were holding their own film sessions.
I love that. And, you know, when you were asking her about that, she goes, well, what else we have to do here? Which I thought was good.
Well, the other thing she said, I said, why'd you do that? She said, I want to win.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, under the quarantine of COVID, to stay motivated to keep working out. But she had to remind herself, and I think understanding the standard set by Mike Tebow, everybody knew that they needed to, if they were going to be a part of that, and move on.
Well, one of the things that watching Coach Stanley over the last number of years of calling WNBA games is she's out there 2 hours plus before games teaching. Shot. 27 points.
Hines-Allen might get the All-Star performance of the day.
I think she will. From the opening day of the WNBA season from Bradenton, Florida, Hines Allen can't get it to go. One rebound away from a double-double. Indiana, nice.
Again, we talked about minutes for her and Emma Meesman.
Right. Quick outlet pass on the drive. Pound the back. Atkins kind of floats over to the left side. They go inside. Hines Allen wanted the foul, not going to get it. The only thing she hasn't gotten so far this afternoon. Tiffany Mitchell.
It's in Tiffany Mitchell's ability to shoot the basketball and giving her confidence, because just because you missed one, don't stop shooting. Exactly.
Atkins, the left-hander, probably stick to the game now, because she's played well today.
Absolutely.
Inside, no place to go. Kelsey Mitchell's been the bright spot with the left hand. Final 18 seconds. Washington, we mentioned how many times they went over 100 points last year. They do it again in their opening tilt this afternoon. Nice spin move inside off.